Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
Senior, 6-foot middle blocker, number 28, Gabe Streckengost. Senior, 6'1", opposite, number 4, Noah Dunn. Senior, 6'2", outside hitter, setter, number 20, Aiden Osterling. Senior, number 6, 6-foot setter, Hunter Wingard. Junior, 6-foot outside hitter, opposite, number 15, Christian Smith. Junior, 6'5", middle blocker, number 11, Anderson Fowler. Sophomore, 5'11", outside hitter, defensive specialist, number 17, Chase Kornman. Sophomore, 5'9", defensive specialist, setter, number 32, Chase Fennell. Sophomore, 6-foot middle blocker, opposite, number 3, Aaron Cole. Sophomore, 6'1", middle blocker, number 25, Easton Sheeran. Sophomore, 5'9", setter, number 2, Lucas Bowser. The Riverhawks are coached by Eric Spencer, Melinda Osterling, Matt Osterling, Abby Osterling, and Evan Cessna. Introducing your 2026 Greater Latrobe men's volleyball team. Number 23, junior middle blocker, Evan Springoff. Number 39, junior middle blocker, EJ Springoff. Number 25, senior outside hitter, Killian Kramer. Number 9, senior defensive specialist, Cam Forbes. Number 38, senior opposite, Henry Hogue. Number 20, senior defensive specialist, Simon Bartles. Number 27, senior defensive specialist, Dom Duragon. And number 13, senior middle blocker, Grayson Chedrick. And now your 2026 Latrobe Wildcats starting lineup. Setter, 5'11", sophomore, number 16, Jack Menhorn. Outside hitter, 6-foot sophomore, number 40, Roman Wilson. Defensive specialist, 6-foot sophomore, number 35, Liam Johnson. Outside hitter, 6-foot senior, number 26, Jack O'Neill. Middle blocker, 6'7", senior, number 29, Jaden Hollinator. Middle blocker, 6'3", senior, number 12, Cal Aikens. Outside hitter, 6'2", senior, number 15, Gabe Watson. Libero, 6-foot senior, number 7, Dan Sweeney. Defensive specialist, 6-foot senior, number 8, Frank Handler. The Wildcats are coached by head coach Doug Menhorn and assistant coaches Nick Pickard, Brennan Ward, and Patrick Cooper.
From Greater Latrobe High School, we welcome you to the Wildcats Network for this WPIAL 3A Section 2 matchup here tonight between the Greater Latrobe Wildcats and the Armstrong Riverhawks. Hello everybody, pleased to be with you on this Tuesday night from the Greater Latrobe School District inside Greater Latrobe High School. I'm Colton the Bias, Greater Latrobe 2 and 4 entering in to this game tonight. 2 victories against Derry, the one on March 19th, and the other one came a few weeks after that on March 27th. Wildcats on a 2-game losing streak that they are looking to stop here tonight, and Armstrong looking for their first victory of the season. They are 0-6 heading into this game tonight as we are just about ready to go here inside the Wildcat Den. Armstrong, it seems they will be the ones to get the serve first. Greater Latrobe, we shall see the colorful jerseys for Armstrong here tonight and the black and orange for Greater Latrobe here tonight. Already in springtime, I also welcome you back to the Wildcats Network. This is our first broadcast that we have had for you on the Wildcats Network in over a month after the PIHL Boys Hockey Playoffs came to an end. So happy you all are along with us for this game here tonight. Jack Menhorn will send the opening serve live, and we are underway inside Greater Latrobe High School, and it's going to be a kill down in the corridor for the senior number 20, Aiden Osterling. So 1-0 lead for Armstrong to start this game, and the serve on the way. Hunter Winghart. Wildcats trying to get on the board, and they do with that big splash down for Greater Latrobe. Tying this set at 1. Jack O'Neill having the rush out of play to retrieve the ball, and he'll be the one to serve. Into the air, and that's going to go out a little too far on the attempted kill by Christian Smith, so that's how Greater Latrobe gets their first lead of this match. Another serve on the way for Jack O'Neill. And it hits the net. This match tied at 2 as a result. Still in the early stages in set 1. The jumping serve by Osterling. Far side, and is there a little too much effort on it? It is, and it is a 3-2 lead now for Armstrong. Chase Fennell checking in for the Hawks. And a serve on the way by Osterling. And another error, the SE hits the net. As a result, this match tied at 3. Send it into the middle and down. Nobody was home for Greater Latrobe, but another kill for Osterling. And Armstrong retakes the lead. A serve for Fennell. Back and forth we go. Set number 1. Gabe Watson trying to get it down, and he will to tie the set at 4. Sending it down. On the back line in the corner. Hits the net. Armstrong 5, Greater Latrobe 4. Serve for Smith. Trying to send it down the other way. Watson. A little too much. Armstrong leads by 2. The reverse pass, the push. Watson trying to send it home and the block in front. Winghart. It's touch Winghart first, so the point for Greater Latrobe, and the serve on the way for Watson. It's Gabe Watson, the senior. And Armstrong, the collision, some miscommunication there. Chase Fennell and Aiden Osterling were both trying to go for the ball to keep it alive, but the collision ties this match at 6, and this set at 6, set 1. Another serve for Watson. And that one, a little too far. The extra effort. Not sure if the trend's still alive, but it is 6-7 with Armstrong in front. Near side, Jack O'Neill trying to land it down. The big rejection by Christian Smith to keep it alive for Armstrong. They try again into the middle, and that is sent a little too far once again. Greater Latrobe getting a lot of swings, but trying to keep it in play. And Armstrong leads by 2 as a result. And hits the net. The SC against Noah Dunn. Serve for Dan Sweeney. And that one on the line. And it just edges out of bounds. Christian Smith. Hawkeyes for the point for Armstrong. Grave Shekengos. And the senior in the middle hits the net. Cats are trying to push it over. But another point given to the Hawks. They lead by 3, and they get the double digits first in set 1. Into the air. Jack O'Neill is trying to push at the block. They try again, and that one is going to count. Jack Medhorn. Cats get within 2. Medhorn will serve it away. Winghart, the pass, and the slam, and that is going to count. Aiden Osterling. Armstrong leads by 3 again as a result. Hawks still looking for their first win of the season. Jumping serve for Winghart. Medhorn with the pass far side. Jack O'Neill was looking to gain possession, trying to get it over. Osterling the other way, and he sends it down. Armstrong with a dozen. Armstrong still looking for victory number 1 on the season. They have had one match that has gone 5 sets, and that was to begin the month against Derry, coming off a loss against Hempfield last week in a sweep. Into the air, the set. Greater Latrobe cannot get it over. That was O'Neill again. There's Winghart. Got it over. Medhorn, the push. A reverse pass, the block, and it's going to go out of play, but a terrific double team by the Cats right in front. And a timeout is going to be called by Greater Latrobe. Having a look at the results for the Cats so far on the season. Started off the year with that sweep against Butler almost a month ago on March 13th. And then got their first victory of the season on March 19th, a 3-1 victory against Derry. And then got swept against Seton LaSalle on March 23rd. Moving on to their next game a few days later on the 27th, getting their second win of the season also against Derry, a 3-1 final there. And the Cats coming off 2 losses on 2 sweeps. 3-0 loss against Henfield on the 31st of March. Started off April with a sweep against Norwin. Cats trying to gain some momentum before they head along to their next match on Thursday, which will be against Penn Trafford. Off the timeout, I think there was a double touch called against Greater Latrobe. So it moves to a 15-8 lead for Armstrong. Winghart with the serve. Trying for the monster slam. Cats keeping it alive. They go again. Too far. 16-8. Oh, no, never mind. It goes to the Cats. It grazed off of a Riverhawk. Some miscommunication with Armstrong thinking that was their point. With everybody getting fouled. It'll be a Greater Latrobe serve as a result. Jack O'Neill. Sent over by Smith. That was Fowler. Tried to gain control, looking to send it over, but he kept it on the Hawks side. Back to back as a result for Greater Latrobe. And that hits the net. Cats get caught with a mistake of their own as Jack O'Neill tried to send it over. And Armstrong trying for the ace there. Terrific job by Greater Latrobe to keep that volley alive. Pushed over by Dunn. Van Horn in the air, the pass and the block. Cats will try again. Watson sends it over cleanly. Winghart had the touch on it. In front, the punch by Fowler, and it's going to go down for the Hawks as a result. Point for Henderson Fowler, the junior. Be a serve for Osterlin. 7-point lead for the Hawks. Hops into the air, trying for the cross, and a little too much. Nice effort by Watson. Try to get it over, but stepped out of bounds, and a 8-point lead as a result for Armstrong. And a service error against Armstrong, a little too much for Osterlin. It's the net, 19-11. Serve coming for Fennell. Into the air, the push. Watson getting a piece of it. Done over. Watson again. And the slap, it's played by Armstrong. A reverse pass, another block. Watson getting a piece of it again. Back on the far side, fingers off of Dunn. Another point down for Greater Latrobe as a result. The Cats try to fight their way back in set one. And that one well out. Armstrong 5 points away from taking set one. Served by Smith. That one goes to the other side. Armstrong 4 away from taking set one. Timeout called. Having a look at what Armstrong has done so far in the season. Started off the year with a 3-1 loss against Seneca Valley, March 17th. Armstrong moving up to 3A not too long ago. They lost to Pine Richland 3-1. 2 days later on the 19th of March. And a sweep, or were swept, I should say, against Butler on March 24th. Then a 3-1 loss against PT in 3A play. That was on the 31st. And then they started off April with a tough go, losing the Dairy in 5 sets. 3-2 was the final. And the Hawks coming off a 3-0 loss against Henfield on the 2nd. So Armstrong trying to get their first win of the season before they head on to Murraysville on Thursday to take on Franklin Regional. At the timeout, the serve for Smith hits the net. The Cats will definitely take Hawks' mistakes and try to capitalize on them. Down by 8. Serve coming for Watson. Almost had the collision, and some miscommunication as Winghart was trying to set up a pass. Back-to-back for Greater Latrobe off the timeout. Serve coming for Watson. And the push down, that's 3 in a row now for Greater Latrobe. And it's 21-15. Some momentum for the black and orange. The push over, down in the corner, and out. A little too much for Gabe Streppengoss. Just like that. Another point for Greater Latrobe. It's now a 5-point lead for Armstrong. And the big attempted pancake, a terrific effort. That's going to stop the run for Greater Latrobe. Armstrong now 3 away from taking this set. Serve for Dunn. That one's out. Good eyes on the backside. Serve coming for Dan Sweeney. Over to the far side, Osterling. Jack O'Neill sending it over. Hits the net. Gabe Streppengoss could not send it to the other side. The momentum was towards Armstrong. And then the timeout that was called by Doug Menhorn. Into the air, Osterling. Getting it over. And the push and the swing down, Jack O'Neill. It is 22-19. And a timeout's going to be taken by Armstrong. Armstrong was thinking they were going to cruise away to a set 1 victory, but look at what Greater Latrobe has done. Fired up Doug Menhorn on the Cat bench. Greater Latrobe fighting their way back, cutting set 1 to a 3-point deficit. Trying to keep the momentum going, and Armstrong needing a much-needed deep breath and trying to close out set 1 as it seemed like they were going to cruise to a set 1 victory, but Greater Latrobe saying not so fast. Like I said, happy you all are along with us on the Wildcats Network. This is our first broadcast that we have had since the PIHL hockey playoffs in March. It's our first broadcast that we have had here at Greater Latrobe since the play-in game in the WPIAL boys playoffs for the boys basketball team. Happy you all are back with us in the spring sports season here at Greater Latrobe. Off the timeout, little extra push for Jack O'Neill. It's going to be a fun spring. We're going to have some lacrosse for you, baseball and softball as well, of course. But boys volleyball, as we close out the 2025-2026 school year. Before we know it, we'll be back at Latrobe Memorial, then back here for the girls' volleyball season. And that one way out of play. Hunter Winghart punched a little too far. Back to a 3-point lead for Armstrong. Greater Latrobe, they got to keep the fight going, down by 3. One more point for Armstrong. It's set point. Served by Medhorn. Winghart the slide to Osterling. Hits the net. 2-point game. And serve for Medhorn. No more room for error for Greater Latrobe if they want to come back. One more point for Armstrong. Just like what they had there, it's that point. Into the air, the swing, and the whistle. We're not done yet. 2-point game. Serve for Jack O'Neill. Greater Latrobe cut it to 1. Or can the Hawks close out set 1 on the line? And it is indeed a 1-point game. One more point for the Cats. Set number 1 off to extras. We'll have to wait with the timeout called by the Riverhawks. Hawks coached by Eric Spencer. So Greater Latrobe controlling the pace of play in the latter stages of this first set. I think it was an 18-10 lead for Armstrong when Greater Latrobe fought their way back, and one more point. So that number 1 will be tied at 24. So off the timeout, a lot of momentum riding for the Cats. They try to tie this set at 24. Armstrong ended here, or can Greater Latrobe tie this thing at 24? They do! The slam down, 24 all. Set number 1 off to extras. And too much there on the serve. The advantage to the Hawks. Serve coming for Osterling. And Armstrong thinking that they had the ace. On the line, tied at 25. That one on the line. Once again, advantage to the Hawks. Serve coming for Fennell. Greater Latrobe fighting their way back. Armstrong trying to survive this one after they had the huge lead at the midway point of this set. Into the air, Watson, the block in front. Menhorn back to Watson, slams it down the line, tied at 26. Greater Latrobe trying to take advantage on the serve. Watson pops high, hits the ceiling. And the error by the Riverhawks is going to give a point for Greater Latrobe. Christian Smith went on his knees as he tried to land the ball in his fist. And that one out. The tie set one at 27. It's kept in play by the Cats. Watson back in. It was sent over by Menhorn. And they set it up. It was touched in front by Watson. It's going to be an advantage to Armstrong once again. The serve for Smith. And that is how set one ends. Armstrong, the ace for Christian Smith. And set number one goes to Armstrong. We'll be back to start set number two on the Wildcats Network.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
Why deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? You've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Loyal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Loyal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone, as if the company here wasn't
Back here to start set number two on the Wildcats Network. Boys Volleyball, WPIAL action tonight between Greater Latrobe and Armstrong. And Armstrong is going to get the first point of set number two after the Hawks took set number one in extras. But Armstrong did have a huge lead, and Greater Latrobe did fight their way back into the air, and the simple push by Greater Latrobe. That was Jaden Holnader. And that is how Greater Latrobe gets on the board. A serve coming from Menhorn. The jump to get it over. The attempted fake by Armstrong. That was from Winghart. Back into the air, down, and that will be a no-doubt kill for Osterley. So Armstrong retakes the lead. Tracking Goss. Far side, the toss up. Attempt to get it over for Greater Latrobe. That was Jack O'Neill. And Armstrong cannot get it over to the other side, so this set is tied at 2. Set number 2. Another serve coming for O'Neill. Into the middle, the attempted push is a no-go for Armstrong. That was Fowler who tried to get it over. A 3-2 lead for the Cats. Osterling on the line, and that is going to stay in for the Hawks. The tie it at 3. Serve coming from Winghart. Sub coming in for Greater Latrobe. It's Liam Johnson, number 35. And Johnson lets it go. Good thing he did, because it sailed out. Serve for Holnader. And the simple push does the trick. Wide open in the middle, Cal Aikens. And Holnader will serve it again. Greater Latrobe leads by 2. Trying to tie this match at 1. The push, the block in front. It's going to be switched down by Armstrong. Osterling again. Stops the 2-0 run for the Cats. Osterling will serve, with Armstrong looking to tie set 2 at 5. First touch by Sweeney. They set it up, trying to get it over. Looking to find a good angle. And that is how this set is tied. Cal Aikens was the one who tried to send it over. And drops into the air, Osterling. Another point for Greater Latrobe. They retake the lead. And serve coming for Roman Wilson. Wilson, too far. Tied at 6. Chase Fennell will push it over. Into the air. And a point for Watson. Gabe Watson giving the lead back to the Cats. And he'll be the one to serve. And the double touch. Dunn was there on the collision with Osterling. Cats take advantage of the Hawks' mistake to go ahead by 2, and another serve coming for Watson. The set, Osterling. Sweeney sends it back, a block in front, and sending it down in some open space. Back iron, Strecken Goss was there in front. Christian Smith serving it for Armstrong. Smith hits the net. The SC makes it 9-7. Serve coming for Sweeney. Pops into the air, Dunn. Sweeney. Touch, the push, and that's down. Holnader. Serve coming for Sweeney. Osterling again to jump on the net. Cats get the double digits. They try to tie this match at 1 in set 2. Actually, we're already at 10. It's an 11-7 game now. Sweeney serves. Well out. 11-8. Sweeney, the senior. Senior on the other side, done. Back to Sweeney. O'Neal sets it up to switch down. Another kill, Holnader. Serve coming from Elhorn. On the line and out. Armstrong was calling for it right away. Fennel was to the closest. Now Schreckengoss. In the middle, another big push. Let's play by Armstrong. Osterling into the corner, and that's down for the point. The attempted dive to keep it in by Watson. Schreckengoss. Far side. Big push by O'Neal. Into the middle, Fowler. Sweeney sets it up. Push by Watson, and the dive. It's going to send a point down for Watson as Fennel tried to keep it in. 13-10 with Greater Latrobe in front. And a late sub for Greater Latrobe as O'Neal subs out. Taking his place, Liam Johnson. The sophomore will serve for the Cats. Big rush by Winghart. Keeping it alive for Armstrong. Into the middle. Push almost hit the net. The reverse pass. And it's going to go down. The point to Roman Wilson. And Greater Latrobe is ahead by 5 in set 2. Serve for Johnson. And the collision. Push by Fennel. And a big swing is going to go down. Watson! The long rush by Schreckengoss to try to keep it in. It's Greater Latrobe leads set 2 by 6. It seems 15-10. I believe it was 15 already, so it should be a 16-10 score. But nonetheless, Greater Latrobe controlling things in set 2 after they had that almost attempted comeback, that almost comeback. And they officially put it on the board now, 16-10 lead. For Greater Latrobe, trying for their 3rd win of the season. Good busy week here on the Wildcats Network. We will have the boys lacrosse game for you as the Franklin Regional Panthers will make the trip from Murraysville for the big clash coming up on Thursday night. Off the timeout, Greater Latrobe trying to tie this set, or this match, I should say, at 1, currently in set 2. And we're going to have another boys volleyball broadcast for you coming up in 2 weeks with Greater Latrobe when they host Hempfield. Back into the air, 1v1, and the advantage goes to the home team. Wilson was in front. Also has some help from Holnader. Serve for Johnson. And then the swing with Armstrong trying to fight their way back. That was sent over by Fowler. Serve for Winghart. Watson, the big swing. Greater Latrobe leads by 7. Back into the air. Near side. A little too far for the attempt to kill for Osterling. Greater Latrobe 6 points away from tying this match. Holnader. First touch by Fennell. Christian Smith. Reverse pass, Wilson. Fennell the touch in front. Another whistle with Winghart on the attempt to push the fouler. Cats now 5 away from taking set 2. Serve for Holnader. And it's out. Fennell called for it. An 8-point lead for Greater Latrobe. The jump by Osterlund. The push, and that's through. Watson. Over the terrific feed from Medhorn. Cats 4 points away from taking set 2. Sub coming in, Dom Duragon. Senior, the defensive specialist. He'll be the one to serve. Fennell had the first touch. Done. Kept alive by the Cats. Watson off of the fingertips of Osterling. Cats 3 away from taking set 2. Another serve coming for Duragon. A whistle, another point on the attempted push by Smith. The foul was called when the ball was in mid-flight. Cats will look for set point right here. Push by Duragon. And the soft touch does the trick as both teams were fighting for it. Set point for Greater Latrobe. Cal Atkins was right there. And Duragon, can he end set 2 to tie this match at 1? And it's out. Fennell called for it as the ball landed behind him. Fennell trying to keep set 2 afloat. Back into the air, Watson, and it is out. This match is tied at 1. Christian Smith is trying for the block, but it got pushed out of bounds, so the match moves to set number 3 with a tie match. As we move on to set 3, I should say, when we come back on the Wildcats Network, this match tied at 1.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for, and that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to, and it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
We're back on the Wildcats Network. Greater Latrobe tying set number 2 as they tied the match at 2 after taking set 2. As we wait to resume play, whoever takes set 3 will have the stranglehold and the 1-up in this match. He'll be sent in by Menhorn. And Fennel diving to the floor. Osterling trying for the kill to start. Sweeney at the touch. Armstrong the push by Smith. Back into the air, O'Neal. The reverse pass, trying to send it down, Wilson. Osterling sends it down in the attempted dive to Sweeney. And Armstrong strikes first in set 3. Serve coming for Wingart. And it's going to go down as an ace. Well, right to Sweeney again. Jump for Wingart. In the middle, a punch by Holnader. Smith again, a block. Wilson and Holnader were there, and it's a 3-0 lead for Armstrong to start set 3. Served by Winghart to start. Wilson. There's Fennel. Winghart, and that's a big splash by Fowler, but it is going to be out, and that is how Greater Latrobe gets on the board in set 3. Late sub Johnson checking in for O'Neal. He'll serve after he gets a high five from Sweeney. Kept alive in the corner. Out to Watson. Sends it to Smith. Osterling hits the net. 2 in a row for Greater Latrobe. Serve for Johnson. Down in the corner and out. So the 2-0 run comes to an end. Osterling, the jumping serve. Big swing to Sweeney. Kept in by Watson. Hits the ceiling, and that is down, and another point for Armstrong. Another jumping serve for Osterling. Far side, the intended push by Wilson. Watson pushing it across. Dodd. Almost collision in front of the net. The swing by Wilson. Got the lead by Armstrong. The reverse pass, Smith. Touched by Johnson. And the big swing is going to go down in the middle. Another kill for Holnader. Cats within one as a result. Winghart the rush, keep it going. Osterling too far. Set 3 tied at 4. Nader again. Well out, Armstrong takes the lead. Another serve for Fenner. Far side, and that is down as a ricochet in front. That'll be a point for Wilson. Serve for Duragon. Fenner with the first touch. Hits the net. Winghart was trying to set it up. The striking Goss. Greater Latrobe takes the lead as a result. Duragon. Somehow, someway, that was kept alive by Armstrong. Winghart diving to the floor, goes right to him, and it will be another point for Greater Latrobe. The kill for Watson. An Armstrong player a little shaken up at the front line. And it's Christian Smith. Christian Smith, the junior, is good to see him walk back to the bench under his own power. Set number 3. Match tied at 1. Greater Latrobe leads by 2. 7-5 is the score. Serve coming for Duragon. Captain by Fennel. Osterling off the feed from Winghart. Who's going to call for it? It was Eason. Shireen. Send it out, and it's an 8-5 lead now for Greater Latrobe. Duragon. Who's going to have the advantage? We head to set 4. Off of Duragon's tip. The point for Dunn. Duragon Jumpy tried to keep it alive, but it rolled off his fingertips. And a serve coming for the sophomore, Lucas Bowser. Close quarters in set 3. Greater Latrobe leads by 2. There's Watson, sending it right to Fennel and into the crowd. Making it 9-6. Jack O'Neal checking back in for Greater Latrobe. Serve coming for Watson. Winghart, the slam, no chance. Schreckengoss, excuse me. Serve coming for Dunn. In the middle of the touch. And that one over the fingertips of Sweeney. 9-8. Serve on the way for Dunn. The block in front. That goes down for the Cats. Be a point for O'Neal. Serve coming for Sweeney. Winghart setting up the pass, and Osterling. They'll get it down as the Cats were looking to play it on the other side. Menhorn had the touch on it. Schreckengoss. Block in front. Both teams fought for it at the net, and the battle is going to be won by Armstrong there. Fowler. Set number 3 now turns into a race, the 15. This set tied at 10. Schreckengoss with the serve. Greater Latrobe takes the lead back. Holnader with the point. And sets up a serve for Menhorn. Osterling had the first touch. Gets it back. Pushed it over. Sweeney had the touch, a reverse pass, a block. They try again. Another block by Armstrong. Setting up O'Neal again. And it goes down for O'Neal. To get the Cats to a dozen. And a 2-point lead. Now it's Jack Menhorn. Hits the net. Seems like we've had a lot of good volleyball. Seems like that was the first error that we had in a little bit for either side. Serve for Winghart on the way. Into the air and out of play. That was sent over by Wilson. Fowler and that was an attempt by Armstrong to try to keep it alive, and Jackson Fiskus also had a piece of it. Serve for Johnson. Osterling, too far. 14-11. Serve for Johnson. Sweeney into the air, the swing, and the tap down by Armstrong. And the attempted send by Wilson. That was Fowler. Osterling with the serve. Popped into the air by Sweeney. Watson's there. Osterling has it again. Winghart sets it up, a block, and another point for Greater Latrobe. And that dagger will go down to Watson. Serve for Holnader. Will be an ace. One more chance for Armstrong. A terrific effort. Not enough is done. Charging hard into the stands to try to keep that in. Another serve for Holnader on the ace. Greater Latrobe 9 points away. and taking the match lead with them into set 4. It's the net. Trying to spark a comeback now for Armstrong as they get some help here on the SE committed against the Cats. Served by Fennell. Soft tap. Kept alive. They try again. Watson, a block, and another point for Armstrong. 2 in a row. Shireen and Scheckengoss were in front. Serve for Fennell. On the far side, pops into the air. It goes back. Wilson sending it down in the corner. Serve coming for Duragon. Into the middle. Whoa, no chance. The big splash by Schreckengoss. Back to a 2-point set 3. Serve for Bowser. Winghart, the pushback by Osterling. And that one, a little too far on the push by Schreckengoss. Watson. It's airborne as the Armstrong Riverhawks trying to fight their way back, down by 3. Greater Latrobe trying to push ahead some more. It's the net. A little dance with the antenna on the near side. Double touch called against the Cats. Serve for Dunn. It's the net. Service error makes it a 19-16 game. Another serve for Sweeney. Fennell. At the first touch, Bowser. Sweeney on the other side. Simple push. Greater Latrobe thought they had it, but Armstrong keeping it alive. The dive by O'Neal, pushed by Sweeney off of the fingertips of Dunn to make it 20-16. Timeout's going to be called by the Riverhawks. Having a look at the other games from across 3A tonight. And there's a handful, also some games yesterday, including Peters Township winning at 5 against Cannon McMillan. Pine Richland took down North Hills 3-1. And another 5-set yesterday between Butler and Hempfield. Butler taking the match 3-2. The other matches in 3A going on tonight. Peters Township making the trip to Upper St. Clair. Bethel Park traveling to Mount Lebanon. Baldwin taking on Cannon McMillan. Norwin making the short drive to Harrison City to take on Penn Trafford. Franklin Regional another short drive from Murraysville to Greensboro to take on Hempfield. Penn Hills taking on Plum. Fox Chapel taking on North Hills. And Central Catholic going up against Gateway in Monroeville. So those are the other 3A matchups around the WPIAL tonight in boys volleyball. That one well out of play into the stands by Schreckengoss. Greater Latrobe now 4 points away from taking set 3 and taking the match lead 2-1. Armstrong taking set number 1. Greater Latrobe trying to go back-to-back. Sweeney, pop, ceiling, Watson, O'Neal. Dunn. Got a set up there by Osterley. Sweeney, oh, and the collision with him and Duragon. It's both of them just laughing off. And another high five between number 27 and 7. He's laughing that one off because they collided with each other trying to go for the ball. Duragon had the first touch there. And the push. Oh my goodness, nothing but the floor. O'Neal, 22-17. Serve coming from Ed Horn. The love into the air. That one had some extra air time. Push by Osterling. Another one there, O'Neal. And that is going to be down. Greater Latrobe 1 point away from set point. That was Fowler, who cannot get it over. Serve from Ed Horn. Service error against number 16 to make it 23-18. The serve for Wingart. Wingart again. The jump by Osterling. Armstrong trying to fight their way back. Greater Latrobe, 1 more point. It will be set point. Another one that goes a little too far. You serve for Wingart. And that is how set point is in order for Greater Latrobe on the service error. Serve on the way for Johnson. And that is going to keep this set alive off of the fingertips by Watson on the rocket by striking cost. Nothing Watson could have did there. Serve by Osterling to try to keep this set alive. Armstrong needs 4 the tie. Watson ends it. Watson sending it over. Shireen had the final touch for Armstrong. Greater Latrobe takes set number 3. And we move along to set number 4 with a 2-1 match lead for the Cats when we come back on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to a Patich Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for Digital Days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamonti, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamonti, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Why deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? You've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Loyal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Loyal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone. As if the company here wasn't enough to stop in, try one bite of our highly acclaimed pizza and you're sure to be hooked. Visit our website, hotelloyalpizza.com, or call us at 724-537-3741. Go Cats!
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and
Back here on the Wildcats Network, have a service error against Armstrong to start off this set. Armstrong had a 1-0 lead in this match, but Greater Latrobe fighting their way back, taking set 2 to tie it and set 3 to take the 2-1 advantage into set number 4. And it is service errors on both sides to start off this set. Cats hopeful that it's the final set of the match, trying to complete their 3rd win of the season. And Armstrong trying to fight their way back to force a set 5 as they are still trying to dig for their first victory of the season. And the extra effort, almost enough by Joel Lander, but Armstrong is going to take the lead. Serve for Wingart. It's the net. My goodness, another service error here in set 4. As a result, there'll be a serve for Johnson. Winghart a block, and is it going to stay in for Greater Latrobe? You bet. The double block in front by Watson and Jolander. Or Jordaner, excuse me. Or Holnader. So a 3-2 lead for Greater. We're going to actually make it a 3-3 lead now. Serve coming for Holnader. dig the start for Osterling, and that is pushed too far on the far side by Fowler. Greater Latrobe takes a 4-3 lead now in set 4. Oldinator will serve it again. The lob. First touch by Dunn. And had to backpedal to try to keep it in on the attempted dive. Fennel cannot keep it in, and a 2-point lead now for Greater Latrobe in set 4. Oldinator again. First touch by Dunn. Winghard, Osterling, and Osterling with another kill on the back line. Sent back in. Serve for Fennel. Watson. Hit off of Armstrong in front. That was Shireen as it hit off of front of the net on the near side. Be a serve for Duragar. Another pop into the air. Done. He gets it down for the kill. 6-5. Christian Smith will push it in the Bowser. Armstrong trying to tie set 4 at 6. Needing to win this set to keep this match going. Grace is off of the net. Watson with the hard push over and the punch. Greater Latrobe is going to be played by Armstrong. That was started by Menhorn. Menhorn pushed it over, and Armstrong cannot get it over to the other side. Now Watson. Back into the air. Menhorn to O'Neal. Not enough. A block by Winghart on the double. Osterling was there as well. But it did go out of play, so of course the point for Latrobe as they lead by 3. Done. Another tap in front. On the line, in the corner, so close. Point for Greater Latrobe, out of bounds by inches. Serve for Watson. In the middle on the line again. Wait to see, and now it's a point for Armstrong. Schreckengoss with the kill. The advantage is 3 for Greater Latrobe in set 4. Served by Dunn. And that is going to be a kill. Nothing but the floor. Kyle Aikens. Serve for Sweeney. Greater Latrobe gets the 10 first, and they are 15 points away from taking this match for their 3rd win of the season. Sweeney, Fennel, the reverse pass, well out of play into the crowd, incoming. A little too much, again, for Schreckengoss. 11-6. Serve for Sweeney. And another splash. Jolinator. 12-6. Timeout called by Armstrong. What a comeback so far for Greater Latrobe, like we talked about. You joined us in set 1. You know that Armstrong had that comfortable lead in the set. But Greater Latrobe fighting their way back. I think it was a 8-point lead at one time for the Hawks. Well, the Wildcats fighting their way back. Set number 1 having to go to extras. It will be taken by Armstrong. And Greater Latrobe pushing back, tying the match after winning set 2 and taking the lead after winning set 3. Be a serve for Sweeney. Off the timeout with Greater Latrobe. Fired up bench. And a fired up Doug Medhorn. Sweeney awaiting the serve at end. Armstrong rejoins them. Sweeney sends it in, hits the net. Armstrong with the first point off the timeout. Schreckengoss. Durgan with the first touch. Back into the air, sent over by Watson. And it goes down for Armstrong, back to back, to make it 12-8. Schreckengoss, another serve. Watson. O'Neal. Dig for Armstrong. Armstrong, 3 in a row. The kill for Osterlin. As it popped off at the shoulder of Sweeney. And it's 12-9. Another serve for Schreckengoss. 3 in a row for Armstrong. Cats trying to stop it here. Watson, push on the run. And the 3-0 run comes to an end for Armstrong. It's now 13-9. Serve for Medhorn. Back into the air, Osterling. And Armstrong cannot control it. Now back-to-back for Greater Latrobe as they are 11 points away from taking this match. Greater Latrobe looking for their 3rd win of the season. And that is going to be down a kill with Fennell touching it. O'Neal pushed it over on the cross. And Cats now 10 points away from taking this match before they head on the road. They'll be in Harrison City on Thursday to take on PT. Off of the net, the service error. It goes against Medhorn. Greater Latrobe, they'll be back here next Tuesday on the 14th. Next home match next Tuesday. They'll be against Franklin Regional. Into the air, Wilson, the block. It's the net. Wilson denied of a kill there. And the deficit for Armstrong is 4. Serve for Wingart. And the service error makes it 16-11. Cats 9 away. Sub coming in, Johnson. Osterling. Into the air, hits the ceiling. Having to readjust was Medhorn. Kill down the line, and that's in for Osterling. Osterling will serve. It's the net, a service error, 17-12. Olinator. Winghart setting it up, back into the air. The rush by Wilson. Keep it alive, the punch. And the push over. Dunn. In front, it's kept alive. Wilson had a piece of it. Watson with the hit. The ball is not landed yet. The flip back, Watson, the Fennel who takes the dive. Kept in by Dunn. A reverse. And it's going to go down as it makes contact with the net. That long volley goes to the Hawks. Serve coming for Fennel. Back into the air, the swing, and that's another point for Armstrong. 3-point set. Serve for Fennel, and it's an ace. The attempted dive. Liam Johnson cannot gain control. And it's a 2-point set just like that. Fennel with the serve. Armstrong back within one, maybe. No, not just yet. Greater Latrobe keeping that. Wilson to Watson. He gets it down past Fennel. Greater Latrobe, the mindset of not giving up on that volley, and they get a point out of it. Serve for Duragon. Into the air, another block. And that's going to go down for Struck and Goss. Make it 18-16. Serve coming for Bowser. Armstrong finding their way back and needing to win this set to force this match to a set 5. Into the air and down for the Cats. That point's going to go to Aikens. And a serve on the way for Watson as Greater Latrobe is now 6 points away from taking this match. And the service error makes it 19-17. Be a serve for Dunn. Short pass, the soft tap. Sweeney, Menhorn, Watson! Is it in? No, it is out. To make it 19-18. That was close. But it goes to the Hawks. Medhorn sets it up again. O'Neal, set number 4, is tied at 19. A race to 6 and a timeout. Called by Medhorn. With Armstrong. Fighting their way back. Trying to head back to Contanning with a match win. Of course, they need to force it to a 5th set. So set number 4 will be a race to 6. Tied at 19 all. So set number 4 moves to a race to 6. Off the timeout, the serve by Dunn. Into the air, who's going to get the first point off the timeout? Aikens tried to, Osterling. Watson, Menhorn with the fake pass. Akins gets it down. Greater Latrobe strikes first off the timeout. There'll be a serve for Sweeney. I know with the first touch. Back into the air, Osterling. Sweeney hits the ceiling. Watson finds it. And the fake off at the tip of Duragon. Off of his fist. Winghart gets it down. It's a race to 5 in set 4. Schreckengoss with the serve. Duragon regathers the love. Goes backwards for Armstrong. Osterling. Sweeney, Menhorn, the push, and it is going to be down. Jolinator. Greater Latrobe with the advantage. Serve on the way for Menhorn. Winghart has the touch. Tie set 4-21. Jack O'Neill was there for Greater Latrobe. The serve for Winghart. Menhorn, a reverse. It's going to go down, O'Neill. 22-21. The suspense intensifies. Liam Johnson be the one to serve after the ball was handed off to him by O'Neill. Winghart. Menhorn. The push, Watson. Into the air. Kept in by Fennell. Calling for it. Another pass. Osterling with the lob. Sweeney. Menhorn again. Wilson. A block in front to tie it at 22. Shireen was there. It's a race to 3 in set 4. Serve for Osterling. Can Greater Latrobe take this in 4? Or can Armstrong force it to a set 5? Back into the air. In the middle, another push. Sweeney. Watson. Winghart, the pass. A little too much for Fowler. The advantage to Greater Latrobe. Going to serve for Jolinator. Will it be a race to 2? Or will the Cats get match point? Jolinator with the send. Far side done, blocked. They try again. Osterling, match point for the Cats. Osterling off by a few inches. Time out Armstrong. Down to their final breath in this match. Obviously, Hawks not out of it, but they need 2 to tie. The force is set to extras. Or set number 2, or set number 1, I should say, also went to extras. We talked about with the Cats fighting their way back. Armstrong after this, they'll be heading to Murraysville to take on Franklin Regional on Thursday, and then they'll be back home next Tuesday. They'll host Norwood in another Section 2 matchup. And of course, these are the ones that count with the section matchups. Before we know it, playoffs will begin. The bench and the crowd getting into it. As the Cats let the call game here. Serve coming in, Jolinator. Winghart, done. Watson ends it! Greater Latrobe takes set 4, 25-22. Gabe, watch it. With the slingshot down. As a result, Greater Latrobe gets their third win of the season, and Armstrong will have a tough trip back to Katanning. 0-7, Greater Latrobe moves to 3-4 on the 2026 season. And as a result, Greater Latrobe getting the win here today, and for the next contest, the Cats will hit the road until they'll be back here next week. Greater Latrobe will head on to Harrison City on Thursday to take on Penn Trafford, and then they will be back here next Tuesday as they will host Franklin Regional. And on the other side, Armstrong, they will head back to Katanning and regroup, and they'll get ready for their next contest. They will head to Murraysville to take on Franklin Regional on Thursday, and then they will host Norwin next Tuesday. Well, my friends, that is going to do it for us here on the Wildcats Network. Happy you all are along with us and back with us here on the Wildcats Network for our first broadcast for the spring sports season. For everybody in our crew here tonight, Ty Kell is our camera operator, as always. Our producer, Spencer Long. I'm Colton the Bias, signing off from Greater Latrobe High School. A come-from-behind victory for the Wildcats boys volleyball team here tonight after Armstrong took the first set 3 straight for Greater Latrobe to take this match 3-1. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.